I love the Overholt hug on the bonded.
Tell us more about the Overholt hug.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so when I talk about hugs, I talk to them like they're real people. It's not a burn, right? Burns are bad, hugs are good. Some just hug you a whole hell of a lot harder than others.
Depends.
Oh, I'm a hugger. So, like, this has been a very difficult time for me. If people allow me to hug them, I just hold on forever.
I've been hugged and burned simultaneously.
I feel like that's a whole other podcast story that we could get into. But when I talk about hugs, first and foremost, when I talk about American whiskey, I like to talk about it like it's a real person because I think that it's a lot easier and approachable for people no matter where they are on their whiskey journey, right? I don't like walking into a situation and be like, oh, I smell leather and I taste this. Like, whatever. You're not going to be able to connect with people. If that's the way that you taste, that's totally fine. I'm not going to knock you for it. But I think that when you're, especially for myself who travels around and talks to people on all ends of the spectrum of where they are in whiskey, it's really important to find a way to humanize it. And so when I talk about the hug, when I talk about the finish and the way that it hugs me, I like to talk about it like it's a real hug because hopefully everyone has been hugged before. If not, come see me, after quarantine. Show me a negative test and I'll hug you. But it's a whole thing, right? So for me, this is a delayed hug, right? So this is almost the hug that you fall into. So you think that you're just going to grab a hold and really just get like a smack on the back and maybe be done with that hug. But this guy, you fall into him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
He lingers a little bit longer. You feel comfortable. You feel happy. You feel safe. And
You're saying that, and as you say that, there was a warmth down here that's still lingering and actually warmed back up a little bit after the fact.
Yeah, so it hits a little lower and you sink into it.
So that's what you would mean by the delayed hug.
Yeah.
It's like it went down, it was smooth, it was good, and it warm, but now like,
you say, so think about a hug, right? When you have a hug and you just didn't know you needed a hug, right? And somebody holds on to you for just a little bit longer and you kind of fall into it. Like you melt into that hug. That's how I feel about Overholt Bonded. It feels like you're melting into that hug.
It's very romantic.
I told you there's a romanticism to this.
It's very romantic.
But like I said, when I'm talking to folks out in the market, like I used to, now I do it through a Skype or a Zoom, but you're able to kind of relate to no matter where you are, no matter how much whiskey you've consumed, hopefully you've had a hug before. Hopefully you've had multiple hugs before and you can talk about the difference.
After far too many, too many hugs.
I mean,
come here, man. Come here, man. Love you. Come here.
At that point, it just becomes a lean to make sure that you're,
still
standing up. But
don't let go yet. Not yet.
Tighter.
I know it feels weird. Feels weird, but don't worry. Come on, it's all right.
That's Booker's. Is what he's got going on right now. That's a Booker's hug.
That's a Booker's
hug.
hug.
Oh yeah.
A high proof hug.
The Booker's hug is the close to your pajamas whiskey, right? Because you got to be close to your pajamas in order to drink it.
You talk about a hot hug.
Yeah, that's a hard hug. No, you don't want to go heat, right? It's a hard hug.
That's a hard hug.